taking off? Catch a flight? Oh, no, I was... Go ahead, guys.
All right, just to get out the way, just talk about Russ's performance and, of course, him passing Magic and just how he's been.
Yeah, Russ was really good this afternoon. Shot the three well, ran the team. He did everything that he was supposed to help his team win.
What did you see getting in that hole in the first half there?
Turnovers, a lot of them. I thought we just came out, a little flat. But I thought after halftime, we started to play the way we were supposed to. We just dug a big hole.
Yeah, and you made a lineup change coming out of halftime. What made you want to do that? What did you think of that group that was on the floor to start the third?
That group was great. Cut the 15-point lead down to 3. And then once we had the sub, then it went back up to 18. So just understand that the change we talked about at halftime, it gave us the opportunity to get back in the game.
What was the difference that you saw in Cooper's performance from the first half to what he was able to do in the third quarter?
Yeah, I think he did not get off to a good start, it happens in this league. But I think for a young man like himself, there was a second half to be played, and I thought he got going there in the third quarter. I thought the turnovers, early on, but again, he made the adjustment at halftime and put us in a position to get back in the game.
Anything you said to him specifically during halftime?
It was to the group, not to him. But just understand this road trip started in Philly. No excuse. Got to play the schedule, and we're playing back to back at 2:00. So, I thought we came out flat. This is something that we'll look back if we have another 2:00 game of what we can do better to get off to a better start. Thanks.
Yeah, you guys, were in a pretty big hole at halftime. Why did you guys get down, and what allowed you to change that game coming out at the start of the third quarter?
Yeah, no, we just didn't come out with great energy. Our starter guys got to be, better with that, getting us off to a better start. Me included. Obviously, had I would say, a terrible first half. But yeah, just not a lot of energy from us. We got to be better coming out, ready to play, and yeah, I think that's a big part of it.
Jason mentioned the schedule during his post-game presser. How much has that kind of weighed on you starting to trip out in Philly, going home for a brief second to play Denver, and then coming out west?
Yeah, it's different. That's all part of it, though. It's part of being a pro. All these guys have been through it before. Obviously, it's my first time, but it's different. Obviously, traveling all over the place. It's my first time not being, at home for Christmas and being with my whole family, so that's a little different, but you just got to find ways to play through it. Like I said, we got to come out with better energy and figure out ways to just be ready to play and come out with better energy. So but it's tough.
What'd you see from an execution standpoint there down the stretch? You guys are getting down to 5, and then.
Yeah, we were making runs all game, but the problem was we just weren't getting the stops to back the runs that we were going to run and then let them go on and not run themselves. So. Just getting stops, that's what it came down to. We got a couple of stops, showing a couple of sides together down the stretch, and, we're able to give ourselves a little bit of a chance. But I think we just got to be a lot better. We can't, expect to win, digging ourselves a hole like that and, having 20 turnovers. It's not a winning formula.
Cool. Not only that, too, Duke probably just now, getting conference play. You're 33 games in right now. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, I'm a little tired for sure. You go through it, trying to figure out what works for me. But, like you said, 33 games, that's pretty much as many games I played the whole season last year. So it's different for sure. It's a lot more mentally tiring and physically as well. But, I'll say the mental part is the biggest change, and, I'm just trying to figure it out day by day.
You seem like you're up for the challenge, though, because, like you said, you are a professional. So
yeah, it comes with it. You have to learn and figure out, your routine and what works for you. So, I'll get better going forward.
Start of the third quarter was playing through you a lot. I know you guys are going to do that the whole game necessarily, but how much more equipped do you feel, I guess, to be like an initiator compared to earlier in the season?
Yeah, I feel confident, Obviously, I had a really bad, start to the game first half for me, what I felt like. So just continue to stay aggressive, get myself involved, and got hot. So we always want to play to the high end, whoever it is. So just gotta be more assertive and aggressive at the start, and can't come on so lackadaisical.
I'm sure you saw Russ a lot growing up. Crazy that he's still defying age like he is.
Yeah, it's incredible. He's a great player still. He's been a great player for a really long time. I've been watching him since I was a little kid. So it's really cool, just to be able to battle someone like him, and someone who's had the career that he's had, and he's still able to do it at such a high level.
What did you see out of him tonight that you just were able to take first?
He just competes at such a high level. No matter what it is, both sides of the ball, just playing at a really high level. So it's great to see.
Just a quick follow-up on his question. How's the mental ground of being a pro? Different thing.
Yeah, it's different. You don't have as much time in between. We didn't get a break for holidays, stuff like that. It's just different. So you got to learn how to deal with it pretty quickly and just figure it out on the go.
I know it's pretty rare for you to have a half like that, but for you at halftime, I guess what are you looking at? Are you looking at how they were defending you? Are you looking at, is it as simple as somebody just has to say something to you to kind of get you going?
It's just a combination of things, but just resetting, coming back in here and knowing I just got to be a lot better, and reflecting, obviously, like you said, just thinking about the ways they were guarding certain actions, and what I can do to just be better. And sometimes all it takes is, like you said, somebody saying something, or just kind of having like a mental reset, and then just going back out there. So just getting in the right frame of mind, and then going back out and then continue to compete.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you.
I think Portland's a great city, bro. I'm excited.
Obviously, everybody's talking about just the lack of energy and effort you guys started the game with. Just how'd you see that from your perspective?
I think the road trip has been tough. Obviously, we're professionals. There is no excuses, so we have to be better. Can't just blame it on that. So we got to come out and just take care of things we need to take care of. I think the biggest thing for us was the turnovers tonight. We cleaned up a little bit of that, and it's a different outcome. So I think it's just being able to rebound the ball and just being conscious that people are in the backcourt and just not making silly turnovers. And just simple passes, things we can be better at.
Is it as simple as that? A lot of them were like silly and self-initiated.
For sure.
What Sacramento was doing.
I don't feel like they were pressing the ball enough to make us get 20 turnovers. So I think it was all on ourselves. Just not paying attention to detail enough, I think, and just got to be better in that aspect.
Do you feel like you guys did well starting that third quarter to kind of make that a game?
For sure. At halftime, obviously, it was a way bigger lead. So we knew that I had to come out in the first 5 minutes, be aggressive on both ends, try to get stops, try to get ourselves back, and I feel like we did that. But like I said, it's just the turnovers. I felt defensively we were okay. It's just defensive rebounding was terrible. It could be way better, and it would have been a different outcome.
You mentioned the schedule. There are stretches in the schedule where it's going to be a beating.
Yeah.
But how tough is it to mentally kind of tell yourself, okay, it'll turn at some point in our favor?
It's just all part of being a professional. At the end of the day, this is what we want to do. We're out here for a reason. So just knowing we got to be able to take care of our bodies a little bit better and just come out with more energy and more effort. I just think, like I said, the biggest thing right now is just turnovers and defensive rebounding. And we clean that up, we'll be a different team.
You have a season high 4 blocks today. Is that an area that you're kind of emphasizing, especially with AD being out for however long he'll be out?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I can definitely help our team in that aspect. Just being able to time shots, being a low man, being a help side defender, I can definitely impact the game with that.
Someone like Anthony is out. Just what are some ways the team wants to change its approach or just adjust a bit?
Obviously, missing a guy of that magnitude is tough. He's so dominant on both ends of the floor. So I think for us, it's just being able to play with more pace and just try to get the ball out. Everybody touch it, everybody get downhill, kick out the shooters, and take threes and be more confident shooting them. So, and on the defensive end, it's just the biggest thing is rebounding, keeping guys in front, rebounding, not fouling, and taking care of the ball. Thank you, guys.